Lori. I don't know if that found. Hi there, it's Lori. And this is my Wednesday. What's it gonna be Wednesday? I'm gonna start with a WIP. I'm super close to done. And now you can probably see that elf vibes, right? With the black belt there and the green color and now the fur around there. Look at this. Almost the entire ball of this sheepy. How many yards is a ball? This color is called Cottontail. It says a 10 millimeter hook. I'm using a 14 millimeter hook. Oh, and here it says an 8 millimeter hook, so it's just whatever. It's 149 yards. I've used most of it. You can see it's like I've center pulled, so there's just a thin layer. There you go. It's a completed project. There we go. No. Anyway, so I'm following the pattern except for on this last round. Let me pull that out a little bit more. On this last round, I'm slip stitching. Just to kind of give it an edge. But here's the crazy thing. Remember, I need to do a belt buckle. And I was going to use this and hold two together. I'm still going to do that. However, I'm going to use this with it too. This, what the heck do you do with it yarn? I'm going to just hold it together with that and give that belt buckle some blingage. See if that like makes it look really cool. If it looks stupid, then I'll pull it out and redo it. But I think it's going to add something. I feel like this isn't the right color yellow. Again, that's Shannon Another Yarn's work. She was clearly working on a paw or something. Paw, P-A-W. Anyway, okay, this is part one because my sister's here. And I think she's going to film with me for the part two. So that's the What's It Wednesday. What's happening Wednesday. But this should be done very soon. Because I'm on the last round and I'm on the third side. Right? No. I'm almost done with the second side. You don't realize how big around something is until you're going all the way around it. I'm on the second side. Yeah. Almost done with the second side. We put a stitch marker in that. Let's see. Oh, let's do this one. Because it will show up. Not that this would pull back very easily, but my cats are special. So there's part one of Wednesday. And part two will be you get to meet my sister, and we've already talked about what story she's going to tell. I have given her permission to tell additional stories if she so chooses. So, okay. Catch you on the other side. Hi there, it's Lori, and this is my saintly sister. You want me to say your name? Sure. Okay, her name is Rochelle, and she's here for a very brief visit in Colorado, and we've decided that she needs to tell her side of the story for my bad dating decisions that then impacted her. So I'm going to let her tell the story about when I dated the guy, and then he called back a couple weeks later and I was dating somebody else, and I said, but my sister is single. I've already stated that was not a good thing to do. Don't do that to your sister. And her date was worse. You've heard my date, so
yeah, the big thing was never met him. And of course, she didn't tell me how bad her date was before she set me up. it was after. And I'm like, this, and she's like, oh, yeah, I should have told you. No, really? Thanks so much. But that was when we were way younger, like beginning of college. And
I was a freshman in college, yeah.
But the one that's more recent was, yes, she dated my boss.
Which I've told you, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't be Lori. Don't date your sister's boss. Don't date your brother's boss. Don't date your mother's boss. Don't date your father's boss. But especially don't date your sister's boss, who you've already heard is a bit of an eggplant. All right.
So, it was funny how they met, because I got stuck in the snow, and I called, and he said, well, I'll come and get you and pull you out. I'm like, okay. So he brought his Jeep or whatever, 4-wheel drive it was, and pulled us out, and then they met. Was I ever sorry that happened? So she kept bugging me, and so finally I said, all right. And so I went to him and I said, here's my sister's number if you want, but no big deal if you don't. And I was like, please don't. But no, he thought she was great too. So they got together, and all my co-workers were like, what is going on with him? He is so much nicer than he used to be. And, you know, he's friendly, and he's just great. And it leaked out that it was my sister that he was dating, and they were all like, oh, you gotta keep them together. Okay. Remember, he's my boss. Okay. So, anyway, I could tell things were happening that just kind of were splitting apart. So, co-workers, isn't your sister and them together still? He's back to normal, or back to his old ways. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So they finally finished their little whatever you want to call it, and then I had to still work with him. And even though her name never came up, there was things that he was saying that I know it was because of her that I was getting punished.
He ended it with me. It was not the other way around, to clarify. So he was just a big, huge eggplant.
So, but, so I told her, never, ever, ever, ever again, on either point. Don't set me up, and don't date my boss. Warning to the sisters out there.
Good advice. Don't set your sister up, particularly with somebody you just had a bad date with. And definitely don't date their boss. As I clarified, not even just your sister. Don't date your mom's boss. Don't date your kid's boss. Don't date your brother's boss. Don't date your mom's boss, your dad's boss, your cousin's boss. Don't date people's bosses. It's a problem. And definitely don't have a bad date with somebody and then set your sister up. No, don't do that. Don't be Lori. I've told you this before. Don't be Lori. So that's the story. Do you remember the bad date with the guy in college?
Not really.
Okay.
Not enough
not
because
enough
it was too long ago, but and something I don't want to remember.
It is blocked out from her memory. I remember the little bit that she told, and I have shared that already, that she told me that he didn't feed her. I remember that. And they just kind of drove around. From what I could tell, it was...
Yeah, I think he's suspected that look a lot like my sister. At that time we looked nothing alike.
At least now you can see a resemblance, but when we were young, no, we didn't even look related. So, but he was, yeah. Word of advice: just don't be Lori. Don't make my dating decisions. You've heard a lot of them. But especially don't drag your sister into it. Don't do that. Anyway, as always, thanks for coming in. And can I get an amen?